Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Full Gear 2021. So yeah, man, so this is our pay-per-view for AEW. And Full Gear, man, Full Gear 2021. And overall, man, just a awesome show, man. No pun intended to my show, but it was an awesome show, man. Awesome show. Great matches. Not one bad match on this show. Not one bad match. And yeah, man, a nearly perfect show, man. Nearly perfect show. Now, if I were to pick like a match of the night, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I just couldn't tell you like which match was my favorite. Because I enjoyed all the matches on this show, man. And so yeah, man. But yeah, my only gripe about tonight's show was that it was too long. That's my only gripe about the show, is that it's too long. And, you know, it being 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, there's no way a pay-per-view should be that long. But yeah, that's my only gripe about the show, that it was too long. But other than that, man, just a great show, man. Just a great show. We have a new champion. We have a new AEW World Champion in Hangman Adam Page. Congratulations to Hangman Adam Page for winning the big one, man. Finally. And yeah, man. And also we have Jay Lethal. So we have Jay Lethal. He's all elite. So yeah, so Jay Lethal, who came from Ring of Honor, he's in AEW now. So yeah, so Jay Lethal is all elite. So that's another thing that happened on tonight's show. And yeah, man, I'm gonna talk more about it, man. I'm gonna talk more about it because a lot happened on this show, man. A lot happened on this show. And yeah, and they stacked up this show too, man. They stacked up Full Gear. And so yeah, man, and it turned out to be a great show, man. Really turned out to be a great show. And yeah, man, so that was it, man. That was it with AEW Full Gear. And so yeah, man, now before we get into the review, if you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the Ryan Awesome Show, or if you're watching the show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I'm here each and every single week, man. I'm here on Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, of course, which is whether it's AEW pay-per-views, WWE pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, so I'm here. And yeah, man. So yeah, so tonight we were live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the Target Center. And so yeah, man, so I did watch the buy-in. And so to start off the buy-in, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews Dante Martin, the Top Flight. So yeah, he introduced Dante Martin. And so yeah, so they were talking about everything that happened on Rampage last night. And yeah, man, about Team Taz recruiting him or trying to recruit Dante Martin. And so we had the Acclaim. Came out and they, interrupted. They did the whole, thing with the rapping and all that stuff, freestyling. And so yeah, man. So they said that they wanted Dante Martin to join them because he's not best. Dante Martin is not best suited to be with Lio Rush. That's what they were saying. And they said something about Lio Rush retiring for 15 times or something like that. So I thought that was funny. But yeah, man. But yeah, so the Acclaim, they wanted Dante Martin to join the Acclaim, and so yeah, and he shouldn't join Team Taz, but he should join the Acclaim. And so they gave him an option whether to join them now or that they'll beat him up. And so yeah, so Dante, of course, he declined. He declined the offer, and he attacked the Acclaim, and so that was pretty much it. And so yeah, man, so that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had our first match in the buy-in. We had Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter with Vickie Guerrero in their corner versus Hikaru, Shida, and Dante Rosa. And so yeah, man, so we had an Eddie Guerrero chant because today was the anniversary of his death, and it was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And so yeah, man, so yeah, tonight was all about Eddie Guerrero, man. It was all about Eddie. And a lot of people, they were paying homage to Eddie Guerrero tonight with his moves, whether they're doing the Three Amigos or the Frog Splash or his taunt that he does. So yeah, man, so tonight was all about Eddie. And so yeah, man, so Shida and Rosa, they took control of the match. And so Rose took out both Shida and Rosa. And so that's when the heels had took control of the match. And we had a hot tag to Hikaru Shida. She took out Hayter and Rose. And so yeah, man, so at one point we had Rose, she had held the ropes open, and so Shida, she had fell out of the ring, and she went splat outside on the floor. And so yeah, so we had Serena Deeb, she was sitting at ringside, so she has a feud with Hikaru Shida. And so yeah, man, so we had a hot tag to Rosa, she took out Rose and Hayter. And then Shida and Deeb, they got into it at ringside, so they're in each other's faces. And so yeah, man, so we had Vickie Guerrero, she had hit Hikaru Shida with a kendo stick in the back of her leg. And of course the referee didn't see it. And then we had the Power and Glory spot. We had the Power and Glory spot, the Superplex and Frog Splash combo. And it was from Jamie Hayter and not Thunder Rosa. Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose. And so yeah, Nyla Rose did Jamie Hayter rather did the Superplex and Nyla Rose did the Frog Splash. And so Rosa, she had broke up the pin, so I thought that was a nice spot, that Power and Glory spot. And so yeah, man, so Rose and Shida, they were trading roll-ups, and then Shida, she got the better of the roll-up for the win. So therefore, Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa wins the match. So yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with the match. Good match. And yeah, man, and the right team won, man. Right team won, Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He was backstage. He interviews Orange Cassidy with the best friends in his corner. And so, yeah, man, so Orange Cassidy, Tony Khan, he announced that Orange Cassidy, he has a match on Dynamite, a tag team match with a partner of his choice. And so Orange Cassidy, he was like, yeah, I'm not going to pick my guys. I'm going to give them a night off because they've been working all hard last week. So I'm going to give them a break. We're in a new group now called Chaos. So I'm going to pick a member of Chaos to fight alongside with me. Towards the end of the show, we did find out who it was. Tomohiro Ishii. So Tomohiro Ishii from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And so yeah, man, so yeah, so that was it with that, man. And that was it with the buy-in. And so now we had our main show, man. We had our main show, and our first match of the night was MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman versus Darby Allin. So yeah, man, so when Darby made his entrance, man, they had a vignette showing Darby Allin. He was driving a car that said Loser Hood. It was a beat-up car. And so yeah, he drove around with a guy with a MJF mask on, and so he crashed the car. And so yeah, he crashed the car. Darby Allin got out of the car. He was bleeding, and so he set the car on fire with a Molotov. So freaking crazy, man, Darby Allin is, man. And so yeah, man, so we started off the match with a side headlock takeover to Darby Allin. And so MJF, he was building up that move. He said that he was going to beat Darby Allin with that move. And so yeah, man, so yeah, the match at that point turned into a wrestling match, and they were reversing each other's moves and all that. And so the crowd, they chanted AEW, AEW. And then Darby, he had a tope suicida, man, to MJF, which is explosive, man. Darby, he has the best tope suicida in the business, man. And so yeah, man, so at one point, Darby, he had missed a coffin drop, and he landed on the ring apron, so that had to hurt, man. And so yeah, man, so MJF, he went right after Darby's back. And so the crowd was split at that point. Like half of the crowd was cheering for MJF and the other half was cheering for Darby. And then we had an avalanche stunner to MJF, and we had a power bomb into a backbreaker to Darby on MJF's bad knee, quote unquote bad knee. And so yeah, man. So the leg was also a focus on the match. So yeah, man. So MJF or Darby Allin he went for a cold red, but MJF he had countered the cold red and turned it into a power bomb, which was nice. And he stacked him up with that power bomb, man. And so yeah, so Darby of course he kicked out on the move. And then Darby, he locked in, not Darby, MJF, he had locked in the Scorpion Deathlock to Darby. And so Darby, he went right after MJF's bad knee. And so MJF, he went right after Darby's arm to set up for the Fujiwara armbar. And so, yeah, man, so Darby, he had locked in the figure for a leg lock to MJF. And so MJF, of course, he fought out of it. And so, yeah, man, so, man, this spot right here, man, oh my God, man. A brutal spot, man. We had Darby Allin and MJF. We had MJF, he had hit a tombstone power driver on Darby Allin on the ring apron, bro, on the ring apron. And so, yeah, so MJF, of course, he had hurt his knees off of that move. And so, yeah, man, so Darby, the referee was counting to 10. And so Darby, he barely made it back in the ring. And at that point, I was like, man, how did he get up after that? Like, how did he get up after that? That's what I was asking myself. And so, yeah, man, so both of these guys, they were trading roll-ups, and they were rolling around in the ring. The referee was counting over and over and over again, like 1, 2, 1, 2. And they kept rolling around in the ring and all that stuff. The referee was counting. And so, yeah, man, so, yeah. And then we had a cold red to MJF. MJF, he barely kicked out of that one, man. That was a close one. And so, yeah, man, so we had Darby Allin. He had a coffin drop to MJF on the floor, so that had to hurt too, man. And then Darby, he went for the coffin drop again, but this time inside of the ring. But MJF, he had got the knees up. And MJF, of course, hurt his knees because he has an injured knee. And so, yeah, so MJF, he had sacrificed his knees so that he won't lose the match. So that was smart, man. And so, yeah, man, so right after that, we had Shawn Spears and Wardlow. They tried to interfere in the match. And then Sting had came out and took them both out. He took them both out with his bat, his baseball bat, and Shawn Spears' steel chair. And so, yeah, man, so the crowd, they were chanting, fight forever, fight forever. And then, yeah, and then at one point, man, MJF, he went to the timekeeper's area, or he went under the ring. He had grabbed Darby Allin's skateboard, and he went in the ring with the skateboard, and he rolled the skateboard to Darby. And so he dared Darby to hit him with the skateboard. And MJF, of course, he wants this to happen because if Darby hits MJF with the skateboard, then Darby Allin is disqualified. So Darby, he thought about hitting him, but he gave the skateboard to the referee. So the referee had put the skateboard away. And so, yeah, man, so, yeah, so right from behind, man, behind the referee's back, MJF had the Dynamite Diamond ring, and he blasted Darby Allin with that Dynamite Diamond ring behind the referee's back. And so, yeah, so to end the match, man, we had a side headlock takeover to Darby Allin to win the match. So, yeah, so he beat him. He beat him with a side headlock takeover, man. He pinned him with a side headlock takeover. And so, yeah, man, so he wins the match. So MJF wins the match. Really great match to start off the show. I love the back and forth, too, man. And I love the fact that he beat him with the side headlock takeover, man. Just like he said he was going to do. He did everything he said he was going to do. And so I thought that was brilliant. Thought it was really brilliant. And so, yeah, man, so that was it with the match, man. And so, yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. So, yeah, man, so it was FTR, who are the AAA Tag Team Champions. That's Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, with Tully Blanchard in their corner versus the Lucha Bros, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. That's Pentagon and Rey Fenix, with Alex Abrahantes in their corner. And so, yeah, man, so, yeah, this match, I was looking forward to this match, man. So, yeah, so both of these teams, they went right after each other. Lucha Bros, they used their speed against FTR, and then FTR had slowed them down by throwing them into the guardrail. Almost knocked over the guardrail, too. And so FTR took control of the match. We had a hot tag to Pentagon. He took out FTR with sling blades. We had an assisted cannonball to FTR from Penta. And so Tully Blanchard, he had got involved in the match by getting on the ring apron, distracting the referee. And so, yeah, man, so at one point we had Dax. He had tied up Pentagon's mask on the bottom of the rope. And then we had an assisted DDT to Dax from Penta. And we had a hot tag to Fenix. He took out FTR by himself. We We had a jumping double cutter to FTR from Fenix, which was nice, man. And then we had a PK kick to Dax while Fenix was running on the top rope. And so he nailed it too, man, when he hit that PK kick while running the top rope, man. And so, yeah, man, so Cash, he had hit Fenix with the AAA Tag Team titles behind the referee's back. And so, yeah, we had a brain buster to Fenix from Dax, and he kicks out. And so, yeah, man, so Tully Blanchard got involved in the match again. He had grabbed that Penta's foot. And so, yeah, man, so Dax Harwood, he went for the Three Amigos, and he didn't hit the Three Amigos. He had 2 out of the Three Amigos. And so, yeah, man, so, yeah, Pentagon, he ended up hitting the Three Amigos on Dax, and he hit all 3 of them. And so, yeah, man, so Fenix, man, he had a frog splash. He had a frog splash to Dax, which was a thing of beauty, man, that frog splash was. The height, bro, the height that Pentagon got off of that frog splash, man, was freaking beautiful. And so, yeah, man, so, yeah, Dax had kicked out of the frog splash, and so we had an Eddie Guerrero chant. And so, yeah, man, so, yeah, we had a stuffed power driver to Fenix from FTR, and they kicked out, and I was like, what? Because FTR, they usually put their opponents away with that move. You know, if it's not the big rig, it's the stuffed power driver. And so, yeah, man, so this I love this spot in the match too. I love this spot in this match. So, yeah, man, we had the Lucha Bros, they went for the Fear Factor, but, you know, Cash, he tried to stop it. He tried to stop the Fear Factor, but, yeah, he tried to stop the Fear Factor, and then Fenix, he had jumped off of Pentagon's shoulder. He had jumped off his shoulders and just hit like a diving cross body. Hit like a diving cross body on Cash. So that was nice, man. He jumped off his shoulders, but they still hit the Fear Factor, though. So that was really nice. And so, yeah, man, so, yeah, FTR, they put on those green masks that they had the last time that they beat the Lucha Bros for those AAA Tag Team titles. And so, yeah, man, so the referee didn't even know who the legal person was because both of these guys have masks on. And so, yeah, so Cash, he was in the ring. Cash was the illegal person, but the referee didn't know it was Cash. And so, yeah, so he tried to use some extra leverage to get the pinfall by grabbing the ropes, but the referee saw Cash grabbing the ropes. Well, he didn't see Cash per se, but he saw Cash grab the ropes. He saw the foots on the ropes, so he stopped the count. And so, yeah, man, so yeah, so to end the match, man, we had an assisted spike DDT to Cash to win the match. So, therefore, the Lucha Bros wins the match and are still the AEW World Tag Team Champions. And that was it, man. Really great match, man. Really great match, and a match I was looking forward to. Now, I thought that FTR was going to win this match. I thought they were going to win this match and get their redemption. Because last year at Full Gear, they lost. They lost their tag team titles. They lost their tag team titles to the Bucks. So, yeah, I thought they were going to win tonight so they can get their redemption. But they still, you know, they don't even have a win yet. They don't have a win at Full Gear, so they 0-2. 0-2 at Full Gear. But, yeah, man, that was it, man. That was it with that. Who's next for the Lucha Bros? I don't know. Like, which team are going to go after the Lucha Bros? There are a lot of tag teams that can go after those titles. But, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. It could be anybody. It could be anybody, man. But, yeah, man, that was it. That was it with that. And so, yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had the finals. We had the finals of the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament match. And so, yeah, man, so it was God's Forsaken Champion, Miro, versus Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. So, yeah, man, so Bryan, he once again tried to go for the handshake, but Miro, of course, he declined the handshake, so he didn't shake his hand. And so, yeah, man, so Miro, he used his power against Bryan. We had kicks and chops to Miro, overhead belly-to-belly suplex to Bryan. And then Miro at that point took control of the match. And then Bryan, he fought back with kicks and chops. And he hit his running corner drop kicks. And then Miro hit a pop-up Samoan drop to Bryan. And then we had a running knee off the ring apron to Bryan. Or to Miro, rather. And then we had a shotgun drop kick to Miro. And then Bryan hit his yes kicks on Miro. And so we had a knee bar submission move to Miro. And Miro, he overpowered the submission hold. And so, yeah, man, so Miro hit a German suplex to Bryan, and then Bryan, once again fighting back, he had knee strikes to Miro, and he hit his stomps, his repeated stomps. And so, yeah, man, so Miro, he hit a powerbomb. So he powerbombed him. Yeah, powerbombed Bryan, and Bryan kicks out on the move, and so Miro, he started losing his mind, so he started blaming God. And so yeah, man, so Miro, he tried to go for his finishing move, the game over submission move to Bryan. And, Miro, he locked it in, but Bryan, he had grabbed the bottom rope. And so, yeah, so Miro, he had locked it in again. And so Bryan, he had countered it. He had countered a game over submission move, and he turned it into the label lock. And then Miro, he had fought out of the label lock. And so, yeah, and then Bryan, he also locked in another submission move. He locked in a triangle sleeper to Miro, so that same submission move that put Eddie Kingston to sleep. And so Miro, he had fought out of it. And so, yeah, man, so we had strikes to Miro. Miro, he had no-sold those strikes. And then, yeah, Miro, he was daring Bryan to kick him again. And so, yeah, man, so Bryan, he kicked him. And so Miro had kicked him back. And so, yeah, so both of these guys, they were fighting on the top rope. And then we had a spinning DDT to Miro off of the top rope. And then, yeah, and to end the match, man, we had Bryan, he had locked in a submission move. It looked like a version of a dragon sleeper or something. And he locked it in on Miro, and then to win the match. So Miro tapped out. So for the first time ever, Miro tapped out. So yeah, so Bryan Danielson wins the match, and is the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. And so yeah, I was shocked, man. I was really shocked. I thought Miro was gonna win the match. Well, first off, I thought Lana was gonna get involved. I thought Lana was gonna come into AEW, make her debut, and cost Bryan Danielson to win, and help her husband Miro win the match. And so yeah, man, shocking, really shocking. I did not expect this guy to tap out to anybody. I thought he was gonna get rolled up or something, rolled up or pinned. I did not expect him to tap out. But yeah, man, that was pretty much it with that. But great match, man, great match though. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had a trios Falls Count Anywhere match, and it was the SuperKliq. So that's the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and Adam Cole with Brandon Cutler and Michael Nakazawa in their corner, versus Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express. So that's Jungle Boy and Luchasarus. And so yeah, man, so the SuperKliq, they were wearing all pink. And then the faces, they were dressed in street clothes. And so yeah, man, so Cole, he had threw a chair at one point. He had threw a chair in Luchasaurus' face, and then Jungle Boy threw a chair in Adam Cole's face. And so yeah, man, so yeah, this match was all over the place, man. So yeah, man. So Adam Cole, he had a Shining Wizard of Jungle Boy while Jungle Boy was sitting in a chair. And then we had a reverse DDT to Cole on a chair from Cage while Adam Cole was doing his Adam Cole baby. And so yeah, man, so Jungle Boy, he had a tope suicida to Cole twice. And yeah, man, and then he tried to go for a tope suicida a third time, but the Bucks had caught him in midair with a trash can, so they hit him with a trash can. And so yeah, man, so we had an Enzuigiri flatliner combo move to Adam Cole on the chair. So he had face first on the chair, and so Cole, he was bleeding. And so Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, they grabbed the table at that point. And then they tried to go for the concerto. The faces were. Cage, Cage tried to go for the concerto on Cole. But Cage, he had wanted Jungle Boy to do it. He wanted Jungle Boy to do the concerto. But the Bucks had stopped him. Yeah, we had a super kick party, man. Super kicks from everybody, man. And then we had a hurricanrana to Cole from Jungle Boy off of the ring apron through the table. And then, yeah, and then Matt, he had hit a diving elbow drop through a table on Luchasaurus. And then, yeah, so Cage and the Bucks, they were fighting in the crowd. And then Cage, he had climbed up on a high platform that was on the stage, and he dove onto the Elite. And so, yeah, man, or not on the stage, in the crowd, and he jumped on the Elite. And so, yeah, man, so Cole, at one point, he had brought out a black bag, a little small black bag. And so Schiavone on commentary, he said that we all know what it is. It's thumbtacks. And so it was thumbtacks. And so, yeah, man, so the Elite, they put the thumbtacks in Jungle Boy's mouth. They did a little spot where they kissed Cole on the cheeks. And so, yeah, man, so Nick, he had brought out a ladder, a tornado DDT to Nick on a ladder. But a Cage body hit the ladder more than Nick did. And then another thing about that, man, Cage, his knee had buckled off of that thing. Like his knee had touched that ladder. Like it bent it. Like his leg had bent off of that ladder. And so, yeah, man, so that looked like that was painful, man. And so, yeah, man, so Luchasaurus, he was chokeslamming he was chokeslamming Nick and Cole on a ladder. And then Matt, he had blasted Luchasaurus with a trash can. And then Matt, he had ran away. And yeah, man, so Jungle Boy, he locked in a snare trap on the stage on Cole, not on Cole, on, I think it was on Matt or Nick. And then Cole, he had stopped it. And so yeah, man, so we had SuperKliq, super kicks, and we had low blows, and Matt, he had dove off of the stage on Luchasaurus. So yeah, man, so Cole, he had pulled out some knee pads and it had thumbtacks on it for all three of them. And so they put the thumbtack knee pads on them, and they hit the BTE trigger. They hit the BTE trigger on Luchasaurus with the thumbtack knee pads. So that was cool, man. And so yeah, man, so Luchasaurus, he chokeslammed Adam Cole off of the stage on the Elite, and we had a shooting star press to Luchasaurus, or from Luchasaurus, off of the stage on the Elite. And then yeah, man, so once again, Cage tried to go for the concerto. And so yeah, man, so Cage, he let Jungle Boy do the concerto on Matt. And so yeah, man, so to end the match, man, we had the concerto spot. So we had the concerto spot to Matt Jackson from Jungle Boy to win the match. So therefore, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage wins the match. And that was it, man. That was it. Brutal match, man. Really brutal. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had Andrade El Idolo and Malachi Black with Jose in their corner versus Pac and Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson in their corner. Now with this match, I don't know why this match was on the show. It was a great match, but I don't know why this match was on the show. You could have easily saved it for Dynamite. But yeah, man, because this match came out last minute. And so yeah, man, so Cody got booed, man. He got booed the entire match. And then at one point he had tagged himself in, and then the crowd had booed, and the crowd started chanting "F you, Cody, F you, Cody," and then Pac tagged himself back in. And so yeah, man, so Andrade and Cody, they were trying to one up each other, and so Andrade had got tied up in a rope at one point, so he almost botched the move. And so yeah, man, so Jose got involved in the match. The assistant Jose got involved in the match, and then Cody had took out Jose with a tope suicida. And he had Andrade El Idolo with a power slam. And then Cody, he had a Cody cutter to Black. And then Black hit a Black Mass on Cody. And then we had an outside moonsault to Andrade and Black. And then Jose at one point tried to fight Arn Anderson. But Arn Anderson, he had signaled for the Glock. So he pulled his imaginary Glock out and he took out Jose. And so yeah, man, so we had an over-the-top rope tornado to Pac from Andrade. And we had a split-legged moonsault to Pac from Andrade. So shades of RVD right there, man. And so yeah, so we had a doctor. He went to go check on Cody. So we had a hot tag to Cody. He took out Andrade. We had an avalanche reverse suplex to Cody, or to Andrade from Cody. At one point, Pac, he accidentally took out Cody Rhodes. Pac, he had hit a poison rana to Andrade. And then to end the match, man, we had Pac, he had the black arrow. He had the black arrow to Andrade El Idolo to win the match. So therefore, Pac and Cody Rhodes wins the match. So yeah, so right after the match, we had FTR and Tully Blanchard. They attacked Pac, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, that was it, man. Just like what I said before, man, you could have easily saved this match for Dynamite. But yeah, it was a great match. It was a great match. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had the AEW Women's World Championship match, and it was Ty Conti versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who is the AEW Women's World Champion, with Rebel and Jamie Hayter in her corner. So yeah, man, so Dr. Britt, she was being played in a ring by one of Fozzie's members, had played Britt Baker to the ring. And so yeah, man, so at one point, man, we had Hayter. She had knocked Conti off of the top rope. The referee didn't see it. And then we had a lockjaw. So Baker tried to go for the lockjaw on Conti, but Conti, she went right after Baker's injured hand to break up the hold. We had a curb stomp to Conti, and then Rebel, she had gave Baker the glove. And then Conti hit a cutter on Baker. And so yeah, this is a nasty spot in this match, man. We had Dr. Britt, she had hit an air raid crash on Ty Conti, and it looked like Conti neck, the back of her neck had hit that ring apron, so that was it looked painful, man, really painful. And so yeah, so Ty Conti, she had hit one of her signature moves, the Ty KO to Baker, and she kicks out. And then she also hit the gotch style power driver to Baker, and she kicks out again. And then Rebel, she had got on the ring apron, so this is their second time getting involved in the match. And yeah, man, so Hayter, she took out Conti. And then we had a curb stomp to Conti on the steel steps. And yeah, man. And then Baker tried to go for the lockjaw, but Conti had put a foot on the ropes. And then we had an outside moonsault to Hayter and Rebel from Conti. And then we had a DDT to Baker. And Baker kicks out of the move, so that was a close one. And so, yeah, so both were going back and forth, trying to, Conti tried to counter the lockjaw. And so Baker, she had rolled up Conti for the win. So therefore, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, wins the match and is still the AEW Women's World Champion. And yeah, that was it, man. Really good match. Ty Conti for our first championship match, first pay-per-view match, looked really good, man. Looked really good. But man, that apron spot, man, really brutal. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had Eddie Kingston, the Mad King, Eddie Kingston versus the best in the world, CM Punk. So yeah, man, another match I was looking forward to on this show, man. So yeah, man, this is a great match, man. Really great match. So yeah, man. So yeah, Eddie Kingston, he had hit the spinning back fist, and the match didn't even start yet. And so yeah, man. So Punk, he had gave Kingston a finger. And so yeah, man. So Kingston, Kingston, he unloaded on Punk. And the crowd was split. Half of the crowd was cheering for Kingston, the other half was cheering for Punk. And then Eddie Kingston, so Punk started fighting back. And then Punk at one point hit a running drop kick to Kingston, hit him square in his face with that drop kick. And so yeah, man, so Kingston, he had sent Punk into the ring post, and so Punk, he was bleeding after that. He was bleeding. And so Kingston, he was laughing, so he laughed. And so yeah, so Kingston, he had smeared CM Punk's blood all over his face. So he started smearing CM Punk's blood over his face. So that was disgusting. And so yeah, man, so one of the best spots in this match, man, we had CM Punk. He did a John Cena spot with the shoulder tackles and then the 5-knuckle shuffle. You can't see me, but he didn't do the 5-knuckle shuffle. He just did the shoulder tackles and the spinning power slam or the spinning blue thunder bomb. And so yeah, man. And so he did raise his hand up, but he didn't do the you can't see me. He still gave Kingston a finger. And so yeah, man. So Punk hit the Three Amigos to Kingston, and then Kingston hit a superplex to Punk. And then at that point, Punk and Kingston, they were slapboxing each other. And so so Punk, he had to go to sleep to Kingston. And then we had elbow strikes to Kingston, and so the crowd was booing. So this is the first time CM Punk got booed in AEW. And so yeah, to end the match, man, we had to go to sleep. We had to go to sleep to Eddie Kingston to win the match. So therefore, CM Punk wins the match. And so right after the match, CM Punk, he tried to give Eddie Kingston a handshake, but Eddie Kingston had left the ring. He left the ring. And so yeah, so that was it, man. I thought we was gonna see a heel turn, man. But yeah, man, that was it, man. Great match, man. Great freaking match. And so yeah, the intensity, man, was there. These guys looked like they actually wanted to kill each other, man. And yeah, and this is not over, man. This is not over. It better not be over, man. It better not be over. They need to continue this feud. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was it with that, man. That was it. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had the Minneapolis Street Fight. And it was Ethan Page, All Ego, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and American Top Team. That's Dan Lambert, Junior Dos Santos, and Andre Arlovsky versus the Inner Circle. Chris Jericho, Le Champion Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, who is the TNT champion, Jake Hager, and Santana and Ortiz. So yeah, man, so the Inner Circle, they were dressed in camouflage. And then, yeah, man, this is a great match, man. This is a fun match, man, So yeah, man, so Sky and Sammy, they were going back and forth. And then Dos Santos and Jericho, they were going at it too. Now, Dos Santos, he had a standing moonsault to Jericho. And he botched it a little bit because he landed on his head. You're not supposed to land on your head on a standing moonsault. So yeah, man. So yeah, we had hockey sticks. We saw a lot of hockey sticks and all that stuff. We saw trash cans and all that. And yeah, man. So we had outside dives from everybody, man. And then Lampert, the whole entire match, he was avoiding Jericho. And so yeah. And then at one point we had a Purple Rain chant. And then yeah, man. So yeah, we had a double submission move to the Men of the Year from Santana and Ortiz, and then Sammy at one point threw a football at Scorpio Sky while Scorpio Sky was locked in that hold. And so yeah, man. So Jake Hager, he had hit Ethan Page with a toaster. He hit him with a freaking toaster. Where did they get a toaster from? I don't know, but he hit him with a toaster. And so yeah, man. So Jericho, he got a water ski, so he started using a water ski, and he hit the man of the year with the water ski. And so yeah, man. So Sammy hit a springboard cutter to the man of the year. And then we had a senton bomb to Scorpio Sky from Sammy Guevara. So that was nice too, man. Very beautiful. The height that he got off of that senton bomb was really cool. And so yeah, man. So yeah, and then Sammy hit a senton bomb again, but this time he hit it off a tall ladder through a table. He hit it on Scorpio Sky through a table. And so that was a long freaking fall, man. A long fall. And so yeah, man. So we had Ethan Page. He had the Ego's Edge to Ortiz on the floor. So that had to hurt too. I heard that when he landed on that floor. I heard it, man. And so yeah, man. So Jake Hager's wife was in the crowd. She was sitting in the front row, and Ethan Page was talking trash to Jake Hager's wife. And so you had Jimmy Rasky, who is a legend in professional wrestling, who is the master of the Iron Claw. He used the Iron Claw on Ethan Page. And so yeah, man. So Santana, he had jumped off a security guard's back at one point, and he jumped into a crowd. He jumped on Page into the crowd. And so yeah, so Dan Lambert, he was in the middle of the ring. He was wearing a jumpsuit, and he was celebrating like he won the Super Bowl. But yeah, man, he was celebrating, and then Jericho came from behind, and he finally got his hands on Lambert. And so Jericho had gave him chops and all that. And then Jericho, he got a stapler, and he stapled Dan Lambert's testicles, man. And so yeah, man. So to end the match, man, we had a frog splash. We had a frog splash to Lambert from Jericho to win the match. So yeah, so Jericho used the frog splash, paying homage to his friend Eddie Guerrero, the late great Eddie Guerrero. And so yeah, man. So that was it, man. Really fun match, man. Really fun match. Yeah, I'm guessing this is over, man. This is over. So finally, the Inner Circle can move on to somebody else. Who they feud with next? I don't know. If I had to guess, they'll probably feud with the Elite again. But this time the roles are reversed. The Elite, the first time that they feud with the Elite, the Inner Circle were heels and the Elite were baby faces. But maybe this time they'll have a feud and the roles are reversed. Inner Circle are the baby faces and the Elite are heels. But I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that now, man. Right after what happened in that main event. But yeah, man. But yep, that was it, man. That was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He introduced Jay Lethal. So Jay Lethal is All Elite, as mentioned earlier. And so yeah, so Jay Lethal, he challenged Sammy Guevara for a TNT Championship match on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. And so Sammy came out and he accepted the match. So it's official. So Sammy Guevara will be defending his TNT title against Jay Lethal. And so yeah, man. So before we get into the main event, let's talk about next week's show. So of course, next week's show, as I just said earlier, Jay Lethal will be going up against Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship. And also we have the Butcher and the Blade versus Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And we have the quarterfinals of the TBS Women's Championship Eliminator tournament match is Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida. And we had the Acclaim. Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus Dante Martin and Leo Rush on Wednesday. So those are the matches that were announced for next week. And they have more matches that were announced too, right after Full Gear was off. And so yeah, man, so right after that was the main event. And it was for the AEW World Championship. And it was Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny by God Omega, who is the AEW World Champion, with Don Callis, the invisible hand, in his corner. And so yeah, man, so Hangman Adam Page, he had came out in a horse. He was riding a horse to the ring. And so yeah, man, so yeah, both of these guys, they were going back and forth with chops. And then Callis, he got involved in this match multiple times. The first time he got involved, he grabbed Hangman's foot. And then the crowd started saying, F you Callis, or F you Don Callis. And so yeah, so Callis got involved again by attacking Page, by grabbing him by his hair or something like that he did. And so yeah, man, so we had a over-the-top rope crossbody to Omega. And then Callis got involved again. And then, the referee got, crapped on too. The crowd started chanting, ref, you suck, ref, you suck. And so, yeah, man, so Omega at one point, he teased doing a buckshot lariat, but he faked it. And so, yeah, man, so Omega, Omega hit the Tope Con Hero to Page. And so Omega went for the You Can't Escape, but Page got his boots up off of the moonsault. And so, yeah, man, so we had a fall-away slam to Omega. Tope Suicida to Omega, followed by outside moonsault, so that was nice. And we had a brain buster to Omega, and he kicks out. And so yeah, man. So Omega, he had a springboard Liger bomb to Page, which was freaking cool, man. Nice spot. And so yeah, man. So Omega hit a Snapdragon suplex to Page in the ring, and he hit another one on a ring apron. And then Page or Omega, he hit a V trigger on Page, and then Omega hit a Tiger Driver 98. And in the crowd, they were cheering on Adam Hangman Page, and then both of these guys, they were biting each other at one point. And then Page hit an avalanche follow-away slam to Omega. And so yeah, man. So Page so Page hit a flying clothesline off of the top rope, off of the ring post, and he landed on a table. He went through the table, through the timekeeper's table. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so Omega Page tried to go for the buckshot lariat, but Omega he had fell on the mat. And so yeah, man. So Page once again went for the buckshot lariat again, but Omega had pulled the referee in the way, so the referee had got hit with the buckshot lariat. And so yeah, man. So the referee's knocked out, and so Callis tried to hit Page with the championship, but Page had took out Callis. And so yeah, man. So Page hit the deadeye. He had the deadeye on Omega. And so another referee had came out to the ring, Aubrey Edwards, the new referee. And so yeah, so Omega kicked out of the move. Now the referee hand sounded like it did hit that mat for a 3. And so yeah, man. So both of these guys are going back and forth. Omega hit a V trigger to Page, and then Omega kept kicking Page over and over and over again. So it fired up Page. And so yeah, man. So Page had countered with a lariat, and then the Young Bucks had came out to the ring, and we had a backdrop to Page, and then Page landed right on his head, man. Landed right on his head, and then Page hit a backdrop to Omega, and Omega also landed on his head. So yeah, man. So we had a one-wing angel. So Page hit a one-wing angel on Omega. So he hit him with his own finishing move, but Omega kicked out of his own finishing move. So after everybody never kicked out of the finishing move, Omega kicked out of his own finishing move. And so yeah, man. So Nick and Matt, they were outside of the ring, and on one side of the ring, Nick was on one side of the ring, and Matt was on the other side. And so Nick and Page, they stared at each other, and so Page hit the buckshot lariat on Omega in the back of his head. And so Page went to the other side to go for the buckshot lariat, and Matt was there. And so Matt and Page stared at each other. And so Matt nodded off to Page. And so Page hit the buckshot lariat on Omega to win the match. So therefore, Hangman Adam Page wins the match and is the new AEW World Champion. So yeah, man, congratulations, man. Congratulations to Hangman Adam Page. And yeah, man, right after the match, man, he celebrated with the Dark Order, so that was a feel-good moment for them. And yeah, man, it's been a long time, man. Long time coming for Page. We all knew he was going to become champion. The first time wasn't his time yet, but now was his time. Now was his time to win that title. And he did it, man. He did it. He finally did it. And so yeah, man, and it was a long time coming, man. This story been built up for years, man. 2 years, ever since Dynamite started. That's when the storyline started. And so yeah, man, that's what you call long-term storytelling right there. Long-term storytelling is right there is what you call. But yeah, man, really great match, man. Great match. And the right person did win this match. Right person won the match. And yeah, man, so now it's gonna be not Daniel Bryan. It's going to be Bryan Danielson. It's going to be Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Adam Page for the AEW World Championship. Now, whenever that is, I don't know, but that should be really great. Bryan is not going to win because Page just won the title. But yeah, man, well-deserved win for Page. And so yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with not Rampage. Oh my God, man, I'm so sleepy. That was it with Full Gear. That was it with AEW Full Gear. Overall, man, really great show, man. Awesome show. Great matches, man. If I had to pick a match of the night, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Probably that CM Punk and Eddie Kingston match. Probably that. Either that or that tag team match with FTR and the Lucha Bros. Probably that too. Or probably the main event. Probably the main event with Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, really, really great match, man. Really great show. And yeah, man. And they always deliver, man. They always deliver on these pay-per-views. always deliver on the pay-per-views. But yeah, but pay-per-view is still long, man. It's way too long. 4 or 5 hours, that's way too long. It should be like 3 hours at max. It should be 3 hours. But yeah, but 4 hours, man, way too long. 4.5 hours, 5 hours, way too long for a pay-per-view. But yeah, man. But yep, that was it. That was it with AEW Full Gear 2021, the review for the Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I'm here each and every single week, man. I'm here on Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, of course, man. WWE, AEW, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So I'm here, man. I'm here. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man. And if you miss anything, everything is gonna be on that homepage. And so yeah, man. So comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about AEW Full Gear. And yeah, man, share this video, man. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across. And yeah, man, and I'll see you guys on. We don't have anything on Sunday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, probably. Yeah, Wednesday, because that's what AEW start. So AEW Dynamite. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Dynamite. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And yeah, man. And this week, man, this whole entire week, man, I've been wrestled out, man. Been wrestled out, man. Monday Night Raw, NXT 2.0, AEW Dynamite, Impact Wrestling, Friday Night SmackDown, freaking AEW Rampage, and AEW Full Gear. And you know, and this entire week I had wrestling practice, man. I went to wrestling practice Tuesday and Thursday, so physically wrestled out. So yeah, man. So wrestled out. But yeah, man, that was it, man. That was it. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you, and thank you. And yeah, man, and this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.